EK Reelspicy. Back at it again with more clips. Don't forget to subscribe and bang on that like button. Now let's get into it.
Any man that their number one requirement for a woman is
Oh, let's hear what this is about.
for a woman to be his piece, you just know you're dealing with a true fucking menace to the dating pool.
All because he wants peace in a relationship. He's a menace to the dating pool? Oh, goodness.
Because what the fuck do you mean you need me to be your piece?
What does it really sound like? It sounds like the guy wants his partner to bring peace to his life, not to bring problems. I didn't think it was that complicated.
If you gotta ask for peace, you're a piece of shit. Honestly.
What? Why would a person say such a thing? Could it be that individuals with this particular mindset actually do understand how priceless it is for a person to be able to bring peace to another in a relationship? Because at the end of the day, all they have to offer, all they can indeed bring to the table, is chaos with drama.
I'm sorry, but you could not be more wrong.
But let's hear the reason why.
When a man says, I want you to be my peace, it means he hasn't bothered to do any of the work to find actual peace on his own, and he wants you to be his fucking therapist.
And what exactly is one basing this theory on?
You see, men are lazy bastards.
Oh, really?
And they do no work, unless it's the bare minimum.
Well, the bare minimum gets redefined, it seems, every single day. So I'd say it's rather difficult for anyone to actually know what is the standard bare minimum now.
And then they think they're doing like something amazing. That's why they say shit like that.
Right.
I want you to be my peace. I want you to be my soft place to fall. I want you to be my home. Because they have no interest in creating home, peace, or a soft place to fall for themselves.
Sure.
Oh, we have to create that for ourselves. Women have to be our own fucking peace.
It would definitely seem that some are doing better at that than others.
We have to be our own fucking home, and we have to be our own peace of mind. Or we have to go to therapy. We have to do all that shit.
Oh, do we now?
That's why they say that. And I'm so sorry that you couldn't be more wrong. But you are, in fact, wrong. And that girl is absolutely right. Men who say that are absolutely misogynistic pieces of shit.
Well, that's nice. And that is one's opinion, and one is more than welcome to it. However, next time, perhaps present an argument that's actually based in rational thinking and logic more so than emotions and seeming personal experience, and perhaps more individuals will actually take it seriously.
Well, don't these two sound wonderful to be around? For all the things women seem to need to be with a man, they sure love to mention what they don't do for a man. That and the willful ignorance is impressive. Why must this be so complicated? Like, seriously, this is why men are so vocal and are only getting louder. All men preferences are met with snark, pushback, or just plain disregard from women. Let me say it clearly. Men want a woman that adds to his peace. If a man says he wants peace, and that's important to him, it's actually because he values it in the first place. And he's probably built a certain level of peace and acceptance and good vibes all around in his life. So when a woman comes in, he don't want that being disrupted. You know what I mean? And there's many ways peace can be compromised. But there are some women who can't be happy. All they do is complain. Maybe they're dramatic and bring anxiety, fear, and a certain scarcity mindset to the relationship, insecurities and all that, and it brings unnecessary drama. Now, I know men who do not want added problems that some women bring, and it doesn't matter how good you look or how much you think men should handle you. They simply do not want your baggage or BS. And we all know some women thrive on drama, and men want nothing of it.
Cam is basically saying to all of you that are listening, you got to get the right woman. So without throwing the other lady under the bus, you're basically saying that Savannah helps him to be the kind of person that he is. So to all you ladies that get star athletes, don't diminish the man by making him so much about you that he can't do anything else.
I think that's a situation for Tom Brady. To me, sometimes, and look, I went through this in music with somebody that I know, to where we can't even blame the female all the time because they may be on some, yo, go be great. Go be that nigga. I met you as that nigga, but sometimes the is so engulfed in the female that they're not paying attention. Sometimes, somebody I know, girlfriend came up to me and was like, yo, man, man, why this nigga can't get together? When I met him, he was that nigga. Now he just not that nigga, yo. I'm like, give him some time, man. He'll bounce back. But
nigga never bounce back.
Never bounce back.
So yeah.
But this is a great message right here. I've seen men take it way too far when they get into a relationship. Brown nosing and switching up. Evolving is inevitable. But so many men can't even be themselves in a relationship. And it's sickening. It's sickening, man. Nothing worse than seeing a guy, especially a guy you're close to, not completely off their square. It's not about loving your girl too much or if you give her a lot of attention or time. Nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do. The problem comes with the balance and let her dictate too much of your life. And you lose that zest. You lose who you are. You become a shell of yourself just to be in a relationship. You can't even hang with the fellas anymore. You got soft and all of that. Now you lost. You can't focus on your business and goals. You're leaving your partners out to dry. And like Cam said, sometimes it don't even be the woman. It be the guy falling too hard and losing his edge. And even a girl will lose respect for you. I see it happen way too often. And it never ends well.
I know we've all seen a joke about podcast equipment being dropped off in the black community the same way crack was in the 80s, right? Now, I know it's a joke, but hear me out. Why does it seem like society is hell-bent on keeping men and women separated from each other and at each other's necks? Because we all know that these relationship hypotheticals and stupid podcast questions are deteriorating and detrimental and dysfunctional to our society, right? But for some strange reason, we can't stop engaging. We can say that this content doesn't have an effect in the real world, but if that was the case, then why do these advertising companies spend millions of dollars to show us their product for 15 seconds? Doesn't matter how strong-minded you are influenced by what you see and what you hear. There are so many people that have been hurt, tried, and tested, and they say they'd rather do this alone because it's too hard to try to get it right with the opposite sex. I want to be clear that doing it alone is not working. In the United States, men unaliving themselves is at all-time high, and it's increasing the older men get, so it's detrimental for men. And women, we're seeing a rise in alcoholism, which is incredibly detrimental to our health because we have more body fat than men do. And if that wasn't enough, the children are suffering the consequences of not having the resources for what they need in life. Having single people in multiple different households instead of a family under one roof is a lot more lucrative and profitable for the powers that be. Children do better in school and are far less likely to go to prison when the father's in the household. There's a balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. Statistically speaking, we need each other. Like, not just saying that because it sounds nice, but it is the truth. We need each other. All I'm saying is be mindful of what you hear and see, and don't let it affect how you view things. Because there's still a lot of people in this world, myself included, that want something real with a real one.
But when I tell you social media is amplifying the divide between black men and black women, pages like Justin LA Boy, pages like Spiritual World, who take the most toxic messages from Twitter and all other platforms, put them in one space that are purposely perpetuating narratives that we really aren't interacting with in the real world. You go on a date, you're not having these conversations, but you go on social media and these conversations are constantly repeated, and none of it is solution focused. It's all what they do, what's not being done, and it's not productive. It's not pushing us forward, and what's happening is we are internalizing a lot of trauma that does not belong to us. So
say it again.
So we are internalizing a lot of relationship trauma that does not belong to us. So let's say for me personally, right, I've never been cheated on, but let's say I go and I follow a bunch of women who talk about the fact that, oh, I've been cheated on, all these niggas cheat, they steady cheating. I'm going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, they all cheat. That's all they do. And I'm not self-aware enough to really understand that that's not even that's not my baggage. That's somebody else's baggage. So one thing we really have to do is learn how to detach from some of these messages that we are constantly internal.
Okay, first off, again, now these conversations are a problem. They're a problem now, Now that men are more vocal about their experiences and expectations now. We get it. There's a ton of trolls, but this exists in every topic on the internet. There's trolls everywhere. There are people who simply just aren't happy in their lives, so they spread BS everywhere they go. This is nothing new. However, instead of ignoring the topics and acting like the state of the relationships are peachy and creamy, we can try maturing and actually having a meaningful, honest conversation. Now you may be easily influenced, but intelligent people already can sift through the BS and actually form their own opinion. You could break it all down to groupthink. Again, this exists in every pocket of the world. But are you able to decipher what's best for you and apply that information that is useful and relevant to your lifestyle? I would hope, as an adult, you'll be able to do that. And this is why so many guys are weary of how many women are influenced by friends and people around them so easily. Like, is it so hard to think for yourself? These conversations are based off reality. This is not even just a black community issue. This is a Western society issue that we all gotta work through. Especially as the world evolves, gender roles and relationship balances evolve. And it's very important for people to be able to have this conversation, even if it just brings into focus what is really important to them. And perhaps it raises their awareness of their own effect on relationships, and they can strive for better. To me, what I'm hearing though, the frustration from women is actually hearing men voice their displeasure, concerns, standards, and preferences. They don't like hearing what men want. It's really that simple, man. That's really what it's about. When it's all about their gripes and how men needed to step up and do better, they had no problems with that. Now it's destroying the community. Man, if you don't knock it off, I do agree we do need each other. Men and women. That's what it's all about, really. That's what this conversation is all about. It's certainly harder to do it alone. The thing is, relationships and who you choose to build with in life is very important. And if anything, this topic needs to be talked about even more so and go into even more detail. I know on this channel, we always talk about solutions. In every video, there are clear solutions that we discuss, whether it be choices, things that you want to focus on, how you move forward. It's not really just about point and blame, but real solutions for men and women. Not being preachy, but a real perspective on what it really takes to be with someone long term. That's if that's really your goal. But I'm interested in what you guys think though. Are these type of conversations, topics of discussion, bad for the community? Does it add to the flames? Hit me in them comments.